Hello, and welcome to Gloves and Goggles. Here we'll be talking about science articles that myself, Ivan, and my friend Zach we find interesting. And today we're starting off with antibiotics and their effect on the immune system. Zach?
Well, basically, it's been like quite a big topic in the health or medical area about antibiotic resistance. You know, that some antibiotics are becoming more resistant to like certain infections that we usually take for everyday use. But in this article, which is slightly different to what we'll be looking at, would be about how taking antibiotics will be weakening our immune systems due to the fact that it affects our white blood cells in certain areas of our body. And a certain study has shown that mice taking prophylaxin has affected their respiratory activities in the immune systems themselves.
Oh, that's not good, is it? Yes. But as the bacteria becoming immune now, our body's having a shift over it. Well, what else does it say? How do they think that this will affect humans, just not mice?
Well, they've done the right amount of dosage in mice that we will be taking as humans, and have shown very similar results to what would actually be in a human, considering mice share about 90-95% of the human's DNA. So some of the effects can be similar, but it's not 100% entirely true just yet, as more research needs to be done about it.
Yeah, I guess it also matters where E. coli is E. coli obviously, but it will react differently in the human than the mice blood. Like you're saying, it's not just going to be one and all, is it?
No, not just yet.
I wonder how it's actually going to affect it. Well, I wonder how the drug itself affects the respiratory activity in the immune cells. Because how does it get in it? How does it affect it in the first place? Why was this something that we're
Well, at the moment there's not much research that has been done about this. All that we know is that taking antibiotics will just affect our immune systems and the white blood cells.
I'm looking forward to them figuring out how they're going to do it. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, otherwise a lot of our antibiotics might go down the drain, especially considering if it's a very strong dampening of the immune system, or if it's just going to be something that can be basically overlooked.
Do you want to talk about our second topic?
Right, well, India is preparing to land another rover on the moon. Whoop whoop. They tried this back in 2008, and the previous rover ended up crashing on the surface, and it was lost in 8 years later, in 2016. NASA managed to find the spacecraft shattered on the moon surface. So I guess they know what happened to it. What are they doing this time then? What's their plan?
They are just launching a new one in, I think it's 2018, that will be launching a three-part of a orbital and lander craft that will be costing roughly $100 million and will take roughly 14 days to arrive there, which is enough time for the moon to make a full orbit around there.
So they got an orbiting craft which is gonna make a 3D surface scan of the moon. So basically we get a better map of the moon. A landing craft and a rover. I'm not really don't know what the rover the landing craft's gonna do, but the rover's gonna be going around picking up rocks and dust, measuring
for analysis, showing what compositions the rocks are made out of. Find anything new or interesting on the moon that we've not seen in quite a few years?
Oh, hopefully they'll look in new places, different areas of the moon, give us a better understanding of what's going on. Oh, it'll be interesting to see what they find. Maybe more water, perhaps maybe even rarely exposed bacteria.
Maybe aliens as well.
The thing is, years ago, when many asteroids were still hitting the Earth, some of it, some debris scattered into the space. So it's quite possible the debris ended up on the moon, and it might just have bacteria on it. So I'm kind of curious to see if anything actually managed to survive all those thousands of years just sitting on the moon. Whether they managed through photosynthesis or a different source of energy, if they managed to adapt or if they just ended up dying out.
Also, the fact that we only see one side of the moon as well, so if they were to get the rover to the other side, there might be a lot more that we've not seen just yet.
I mean, they're planning to do a whole surface scan of the moon, so the orbiters can, hopefully, see the outside of the moon, see what it looks like. It's not a lot, it's no. Maybe there'll be some robots there that can turn into cars. You never know. You never know.
Well, for our third topic would be about how the Bronze Ages used artifacts made out of cosmic materials. So, a new study has shown that most iron weapons were made out of meteorite. And a famous example would be a dagger from the King Tutankhamun in Egypt, like roughly 2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago was when the Iron Age started. 3,300 years ago was when they started using meteorite for daggers and weapons and jewelry. Since they couldn't smell iron, they didn't know how to make temperatures hot enough to smell iron out of the ore for a few thousand years.
And since the materials themselves and the meteorites were already ready to use, they didn't need some to smell to it.
Yeah, basically. So they were using meteorites way before they could even smell iron out of stone. So there you go. Interesting stuff. I'm wondering how they managed to strike down all these meteorites, because it's not like it's a really rare thing. I mean, obviously it's rare, it's a meteorite, but then it's all over the place. They found iron objects that were
They were in
over
Syria,
3,000 years ago.
they were in Spain, they were
Syria, Egypt, China, Turkey as well. And after analysis, they showed same occult origins. They showed like similar properties. They would suggest they were of meteorites, stuff like that. I'm curious how they find the meteorites in the first place. Were they just more common? Was it?
Yeah, I think it would have been more common back then. I mean, if
only
not, they might have just found them from like where the prehistoric ages were or something. Because apparently the meteorites are what killed the dinosaurs back then.
Yeah, back then 3,000 years ago.
No, I mean like way before that, and maybe that's when they found these meteorites.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how they managed to strike them down. It'll be interesting to see what we find more about it. Yeah.
I think that's our 3 topics done for today's podcast.
Many different and unusual things going on around the world. Swords made out of meteorites. Bacteria killing us. Antibacteria is killing us. And bacteria killing us.
And
top world.
India doing that moon project once again.
Hopefully, 10 years later, they'll finally do it. It's going to be the first one in a while as well. The last time, well, they were the ones to do it before that. And sadly, it crashed, so hopefully this time around, they'll be able to do it better. Well, signing off now. Goodbye.
Bye.